Alright, there we are. What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Tabs uh, Halloween Faction Tournament. Halloween Tournament, yeah. Anyway, so since the last one, the game has been updated to include the map creator and, more importantly, the neon weapons, which we'll get to eventually in another episode, but for today, we're gonna have the other half of this tournament. We're here on Spooky One, and yes, I know it's November 5th, but I just don't really didn't really have the time to finish making all of one tournament on Halloween. We have Siren Head versus the Overseer. So the first episode was half of the tournament in round one, and this will be the other half of the tournament. Now, I'm pretty sure the Overseer would win given like a normal match, but here, that's just not the case. Next up, the Shadow Puppeteer versus Spooky Ultimate. Oh, and also, if you've noticed, the game's a little broken right now because every faction you'll ever have right now, currently, just comes up as ... ellipses. And it's the same for like most units. Almost every unit I had to go in and like reset their names, which took like over 3 hours, I have to say. But it's also why you see these like little things beside them, because I figured if I'm gonna rename them, might as well do it like how I do it in tournaments. So the Shadow Puppeteer moves on to the second match, or top 16. Spamton Neo versus Teddy. Oh, and then after this, we do have the whole joke faction round robin to do as well today. Oh, 2 Teddies down. That was vicious. He just picked her up and slammed her against the pillar there. I was gonna say the tree kind of saved her, but also not really. So Spamton Neo predictably moves on. This is a tournament that does favor the bigger units. Susie Phase 2 versus Asgore is going to be up next. This one's gonna take a while. Looking ahead, I'm seeing some interesting matchups that I don't think we've ever had a chance to play out yet. Because in a 1v1 league like this, if you get certain units in a tournament, they're just gonna stomp the tournament. At least that's what I thought would happen in this one. I thought a unit like Evil Ultimate would just completely run away with it, because I mean, he ran away with both recent tournaments I've done, but he went down round one. So we're gonna have to see how that affects him in the player rankings. But you know what? I can just call this and we can move on. Who's next? Giga Queen versus Sans. You know what I want the next update to be? We can have 4 teams. I would love to have a four-way duel, because I mean I have 3 units in this tournament alone that cost 11,000, and I would love to do a 1v1v1 instead of in just one match, instead of in like 3 matches. Yeah, I thought that was gonna happen. Nightmare Sans versus Bubbles. Begin. When did those hammers get a buff recently? Because I don't remember them doing that much damage. First they took out Chaos King, which he's tanky, and now they took out Nightmare Sans, who's also tanky. And well, this one's just not gonna be a good matchup for Tabby here. Against Satan of all people. Like, probably one of the most invincible units I've ever allowed into tournaments. I don't know, I think there's definitely, like, it's definitely Satan and, like, Sarvent Demon, like, the historical one. Like, they're both practically unkillable, but I don't know which one of them is more unkillable. And then, of course, you know, all the joke units I have are unkillable, essentially. And speaking of Sarvent Demon form, we have her right up here. Versus the Obsessed, who still does have self-copy. The Divine Arbiter orbs do so much damage, dude. Obsessed is gonna be fast enough to close the gap. Now they're just gonna overwhelm her. It was close though. There were only like 2 Obsessed left, if that. Alright, it's not gonna be enough. Bahamut versus Mettaton EX. Begin. Now, it's gonna take Bahamut a while to close the distance. Especially if they're, you know, gonna start dealing with these birds here. Which, you know, that volley of birds didn't do an insignificant amount of damage. Neither did that fire breath. Oh, that punch is devastating though. There goes 2 Mettaton. Fortunately, one Bahamut seems to be unconscious. They're both at half health, and there are definitely over half the Mettatons left, but I don't know if there's half the Mettaton HP pool left, considering how low some of these are. There goes another few Mettaton. And if they can kill one, if they can kill the one that's like actually hurting them, they're gonna be able to kill the other one very easily. Okay, why does the crow have such trouble flying? Oh, they got it free. Have a 1v1. Oof. I'm not gonna redo that. Next up, we have Horror versus the Brute. And this is one that I have no clue how to make fair. Sentry just have to keep adding until... Yeah, it gets close enough. 200's close enough. Thought they were a little bulkier than that. Yeah, what the... So then, how didn't it happen the first time? How did that happen the first time? So we can call it a tie. We can call it a tie for now. And then we can have 2 maybe get launched off the map by lightning, and then 2 left to fight the 5, because that was the best case scenario for the brutes. So now we're gonna have middle case scenario. They just one-shot him. They just one-shot punched the skull clean off a horse hands. Oh, the Banshee Scream, that could have been it. Could have just flung them both off the edge, which, you know, would probably happen in a realistic fight, but then again, the brute would not die to just falling here. We'll give Horror his point, he needs it. Toriel and Sarvent. Toriel took down who I thought was gonna win last time, so let's see if she continues on this little trend of hers. Because, I mean, fire is devastating. Begin. Yeah, they're gonna suffer a lot of casualties. Oh, that's so many casualties walking forward. And they have a shield. I know. Though somehow one managed to break through, and, well, it doesn't one-shot them. If the fireball could one-shot a Servant, maybe. No, they haven't increased the accuracy of fireball. Unfortunate for them. Daddy Dearest versus Bird God. Now with Evil Ultimate out of the way, I think it's Satan. Satan's got it in the bag now. But will Daddy Dearest kill Bird God here? Because, I mean, they're backing them up a lot, and for whatever reason, this fear ability they have is a little bugged. Like, it doesn't have that far of a range, and I'm pretty sure that's how they made it into the second round. They just scared whatever opponent they had off the edge of the map when, you know, they shouldn't have. Undying the Undying versus Killer. I don't think there's much I can do to stop that from happening. We just gotta kind of hope it doesn't happen like that. And now we get a bit of a fairer fight. You guys don't want to hold her in place. Just gonna tell you that right now. He's gonna kill you laying down, isn't she? Oh, there goes another. There go both of them. So, well, it comes down to whether or not she get launched off the map here. She did not. It's a bad start for Killer. Oh, are they going to? They almost did. Oh! They did it. They did throw her off the map. That's technically a win. Eevee versus Lance are up next. Honestly, I'm a little happy that Killer Sans gets to move on because it's a much more interesting unit to watch than Undying the Undying. Anyway, well, they very much so could have just killed all the Eevees right there. God, Eevee actually has really good accuracy with Fireball Throw because of that. You just get right up against them and then throw, and there's no way they can miss. But that's kind of what I expected to happen in the first round, not gonna lie. Oh, they got too close. Oh, and the only one who did not get hit with Fireball just jumped off the edge. Alright, Eevee, good job. Demon Horror Phase 2 versus Monster. Lemon Monster. God, my ear is so itchy. So what do we got? He's, you know, chopping away. The only other idea I had for a Halloween special, which in hindsight I probably should have done, is taking a faction like this into like the spooky and dark campaign and just kind of running train on them with that, but I didn't think that would make for a very interesting video. Yeah, it doesn't seem like these are making for very interesting videos, judging by the view counts. Anyway, Susie versus Mommy Mirist. Again, Mom, very similar to Toriel, and you know what? That's a matchup that I'm gonna have to do. I don't recall ever seeing a matchup like that. I don't remember who Susie fought, but it was, I think, pretty sure an important battle. But either way, could not stand up to Mom. Moving on to top 16. We have Siren Head versus the Shadow Puppeteer. Now this is a weird match to try and do because, well, Siren Head costs so much, and most units cost so little compared to him. Oh my, wait, they can actually technically live being thrown off the map then in that case. Well, that was a certainly interesting fight. I have very little idea who would win this normally. I want to say the Shadow Puppeteer because Siren Head is just such a big flop of a unit. Then again, it's proving to be putting up a fight in these tournaments now. But it's not throwing him off the edge this time. That's for damn sure. It's down to half, and only one Shadow Puppeteer is down to half. They're just like diving in once, getting spooked away, then diving in again. Such a good strategy to use. Toy Monarch dodge is like absolutely sick. Yeah, they're just gonna overwhelm him here in the corner. And Spamton Neo versus
Oh, you're doing a tournament.
This is the other half of the Halloween based one.
I did not know that. Now I do.
Random wings out there. Did they change the Chronomancer wings? All right. I'm all for that. They're less mecha, more
Dun,
butterfly.
dun, 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 dun. They actually got that freaking theme. That's amazing.
Spampton Neo takes the dub there. Next up, Giga Queen versus Bubbles.
You know it's November 5th, right?
Yeah,
Mm.
I would have done this all in one day if I could. Obviously.
Oh.
Like I said, this is the other half of the tournament.
Ah.
Like I already did one half of it on Halloween.
You almost said on October 31st.
No, in reality I was gonna say on October.
On
Even gonna
October.
specify a date. I was just gonna say, yeah, I did half of it on October.
Wow, dude, that's radical. I never would have guessed. Damn, dude.
And if I did half of it over 1 month, I would feel so bad and worthless after that because that's one match a day.
Damn, Satan. You didn't have to do him like that. Jesus. Criminy.
Yeah, Satan is absolutely our front runner for the tournament now that
Satan fucked him up.
Evil Ultimate dipped. This is a match. This is an expensive matchup that I don't get to see often. Bahamut versus the Brute.
Hmm. Match is kind of up in the air. Oh, well, not if they're falling off the map, it's not. Oh, there goes everyone.
And, well, this is the biggest reason why I use simulation maps, because that's almost impossible to happen. Either way, there were 6 Brutes left, and so therefore they win.
Yeah. Feel like they would have won anyhow. Hey, yo, Burp God? Burp?
The bird is the word.
The bird, bird, bird. Bird is the word. Yeah, the bird, bird, bird.
Yeah, let's see your bubbles stop the magical exploding crows. I mean, that's gonna hurt.
Oh, probably, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. This is a matchup that comes down to, do the ion strikes land or do the birds explode first?
It seems like the ion strikes.
You don't say. Anyway,
That one really fucked up on that.
moving on to Killer Sands versus Eevee. Oh, one's dead, but now they're in close. And you know what? Honestly, Eevee is a really underrated unit. I feel like I don't talk about nearly as much as I should. Because it fixes the one problem Fireball Throw has.
Which is?
It's piss poor accuracy.
Oh.
Like, when you have a ranged unit, like, a Fireball unit will never win a ranged tournament. Because they all aim over. Like, I get that Demon Horror Phase 2 is a little jittery, but, like, there's no reason you should be just sailing them over his head like that. And it's even worse for, like, just a normal size unit. But Eevee, with Vampire Transformation, just jumps right up close, just absolutely negating the need to aim. They essentially just punch them with the Fireball Throw.
Huh.
We're now in the top 8, with Shadow Puppeteer versus Spampton Neo starting us off. Got your little sword implosions, hitting him with the rockets in midair as well. They're gonna push him off the map. And the thing is, since the water, there isn't even water on this map, but the water does a proportional amount of damage, they will win. Because the health bars are further up. And also, interestingly enough, any unit with Void Monarch dodge. It's not a dodge, because they still take the damage. Can actually escape the water. So they just teleport back. And this is a 1v1 that I was not expecting to do. Giga Queen versus Satan. Yeah, he teleported behind her and said, "You what, mate?" Either way, it's gonna take forever unless, you know, they get launched into the water down below. Giga Queen about halfway down, and Satan is nowhere close to halfway down. You didn't have to combo her like that. He's just such an effective unit, dude. So anyway, the way more interesting part of this update that I'm ready for is the new stuff they added in the unit creator. But also, before we go into that, so this update has also broken the factions of everyone. I mean, they still work, they're just all named ...
One of these things is not like the other. You wouldn't get the joke because I was just looking something up on fucking Twitter. That was so dumb.
And also, no, there is no way to get them renamed to not be ...
Oh, well, that sucks.
He had a chance. He made up the distance there. He could have. I said it earlier. I want the next update to bring like any sort of possibility for a 3-way or 4-way fight.
Oh.
Because I would love to have a fight of Eevee, Mom, and Toriel. All very similar characters. They both have dual fireball throw. All three of them are very similarly priced. And I would love to do a 1 unit v 1 unit v 1 unit rather than do 3 separate matches to determine who's the best. Anyway, Eevee versus Mom.
Not sure why the fuck I was there.
That's a little bit of what I expected. Have you heard of Omega Mart, by the way?
Yeah, actually.
Yeah. So anyway, that was what I was talking about with the fireball throw piss poor accuracy. It's not even accuracy because they would technically hit the thing if they just aimed a bit lower. I don't even know if I can count that as accuracy then. Anyway, Final Four, Shadow Puppeteer and Satan. This is gonna be a match that's all over the place on this map. Oh wait, that reminds me. I said I was gonna do this. We're here on Fantasy Evil now. this is definitely still going to be called Fantasy Dark because I freaking hate evil and good as the names of the faction when they are very much so more light and dark. See ya, Satan. Back to the underworld you go. You just dipped. Yeah, they both have a dodge. They both have teleports. They both have like the same abilities to just move around the map constantly. They both have really low damaging abilities that'll activate said teleportation. And red wins. The Satan takes game 2, but what about game 3? Oh, Satan. Wow, the void is not... I've never been down here. It is so green down here. Anyway, the Shadow Puppeteer gets a ring out victory, and we're moving on to Sarvent versus...
Got a Fortnite victory royale.
No.
I'm not sorry in the slightest. I am very proud of that.
It wasn't even... I didn't even say Fortnite. Anyway.
No, but you said victory. That was the trigger word, you fool.
Sarvent versus Mom.
Wait, excuse me?
What's happening?
Sarvent's mom.
Versus Mom.
Oh, okay. I was like,
I mean,
what?
there's probably a Sarvent's Mom out there. Because isn't there a mod for versus Rue's parents?
Don't know.
I'm
To
pretty
be
sure
honest.
there is. They're like absolutely.
If there is, I don't know of it.
Anyway, match for third place: Satan versus Mom.
Satan versus mom. I think mom's dead.
I mean, I heard the sound cue for you leaving the stream. I'm not sure if you did or.
I did.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I am trying to play a pretty, I guess you could consider this heavy game. So.
And our match for first place, the Shadow Puppeteer versus Sarvent. How
There we go.
they all get flung so far?
Yes.
Freaking cats.
Are you going to say that's not an answer? Because it is to me.
What?
Never mind.
I didn't hear it.
You asked a
question.
question, and I said yes.
What question? I just said Sarvent versus Shadow Puppeteer. That's the last match.
Ah, never mind. Where's this wooden table? Oh, it's right there.
Oh, Roof's parents as a mod. Either way, that discussion is not important. But we have a champion. The Shadow Puppeteer has taken first place for the Halloween-based tournament. And with that being said, I hope you enjoyed. And of course, have a good day.